I do.
Olvin can't just ignore us like this, can he? We almost died because of him.
Have you seen us? What are we supposed to do? Have Arnold throw his crutch at him?
Okay, I think I have enough bitter leaf. these in my pack. Whew. Well, that'll keep me awake. There. That should be enough wild meat for Moldov. Scroungers. Moldov said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. Scroungers. Motive said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. I think I have everything I need for Mildiv. Good thing, too. I could use a decent meal. This'll make a good dye. This place has seen better days. don't think I can get past them. Guess I should leave it for now. Huh. That did nothing.
There you are. I happen to receive another visit from Ulvin himself. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Wow. Mildif, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
Might be a good idea to stock up on some food before... See what else Mildred's cooking up.
It's a tonight, Greg. Welcome back. I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly, as you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat. The higher your machine's combat power, so finding the right terrain is an essential strat. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines. Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together, and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just improve your offense. It can also help defend your machines from attack. Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's standing on grassland terrain. This terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it, which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Ha, see? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left. Just move your machine to marsh terrain. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again, or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. you can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering from me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play. Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces? In a normal game, each one is worth, and you can spend up to 10 assembling. Knowing what each machine brings to the game, building an army that matches is the key to becoming when assembling your army, first and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board. With that in mind, how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But a real strike player will be... Let's take a quick look, shall we? All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your note, you can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks... We've seen this plenty of... So just move that piece forward so I can show... Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. This means they'll only... Let's move that machine forward so we can take a look at... Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram-type machine. Attack an enemy with it, and it'll push the piece like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece, a dash-type machine. When it attacks, every machine in its path. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off. You should also make sure it's able to finish it. Otherwise, you won't be able... Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, but I'm pretty sure it's got. I think that about does it. Here we go. Your move, Red. My turn. You're up, Red. Time to make my move. Down to one piece. I might win this thing. I like that piece where it was. Ah, off the board it goes. That's it for me. Okay, let's see. Board's all yours. Time to get serious. Your turn. Oh, I thought I had that one. Let's play. That's it for me. I'm up. Board's all yours. One less piece on the board. I'm up. Well, that's done now. My turn. Your turn. Hey! Oh, that was the perfect spot. Time to make my move. Knocked right off the board. You're up, Red. A single machine left? That ain't good. Ah, looks like I lost. This is gonna be fun. Your move, Red. Time to get serious. You're up, Red. Oh, seriously? That was brutal. Okay, let's see. Knocked right off the board. One less piece on the board. My turn. Your turn. You're just hammering down on my pieces now. Ah, off the board it goes. Well, that's done now. Board's all yours. That was brutal. Okay, let's see. Now that was a game, even if I lost. Don't be a stranger. Oh, you want to play, Red? Let's do this. time to make my move. Your move, Red. Off the board it goes. That's how you do it. That was brutal. One less piece on the board. Time to get serious. That's it for me. Knocked right off the board. I'm up. Well, that's done now. That was brutal. That was a surprise. Feeling daring, are we? One less piece on the board. Okay, let's see. Well, that's done now. Well, spark my forge. You have beaten me on every one of my boards. Now that deserves a prize, I say. Come back anytime, Red.
Ah, Savior! Over here!
Another!
Savior, thank you for taking the time. And my condolences that you had to endure Ulvin's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Karja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvund up.
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How does blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks help Ulvund get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chainscrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Karja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. And with the bristlebacks bringing work in the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
How did...
I asked for the posting, overseeing the entire valley. It was an honor.
But your job would be a lot like Ulvund.
Ulvund's not. He's been around longer than I have. Oh, I'll find... I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first...
Yes, according to one, said the ground he took off and...
Good place to start looking.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop, and maybe then...
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's Odur. Best place to practice, say. Are you the savior of Mar—
Who?
The Enduring. I've heard the Tanakh have trained. It's how the warriors, and only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring. You'll have to go far. 3 clans, 3 capital. My guess is you if the Tanakh don't kill you. But that's a far spark. I also...
Who would I be fighting?
Well, I know, but you have to beat all... We only use dual blades and practice arrows. These drunken fools. You'll have to leave everything but your... But I'll look out. So, what do you...
I might be.
That's what I like. spear can deal with that armor. Use attacks to energize your spear. Then hit your opponent with a heavy or power attack to blast their armor off.
I'd live in a forge if they paid me enough.
That energy doesn't last forever. Shoot the glowing part of your opponent before the energy fades. That spear can give you the edge in battle. Keep energizing it, and then your enemies. Triggering those energy blasts should help you vanquish your opponents.
Good day for some forging, wouldn't you say?
I learned to override machines and cars. Where are you off to? Is that a tripwire? This whole area is rigged with tripwires. It's always something.
Hold tight! I'll see what I can do!
Could try using acid ammo.
Tripwire's better, though!
That's the last one.
Hello, Red. What a day, what a day.
Thank the Forge you showed up. Tripwire's handy, but machine hunting's a youngin's game. Come on over. Let me give thanks proper like.